bloody and destructive military coup attempt swept Turkey from Ankara to Istanbul overnight into last Saturday, plunging the Turkish state into crisis and leading to limited ground and air combat at the sites seized by the coup supporters. President Recep Erdogan and his supporters were able to repel the attempt. However, the cost of their successful strategy, to use civilians as a human shield against the pro-coup military, was high. Some 290 people were killed, including over 100 putschists, and more than 1,400 injured in a chaotic night of violence. The Turkish authorities detained more than 3,000 military personnel for complicity in the coup attempt. Turkish authorities relieved 2,745 judges of duty and issued arrest warrants for 140 constitutional court members and 48 members of the Council of State. Among those arrested was General Bekir Erçanvan, commander of the Incirlik Air Base. The base stores US tactical nuclear weapons and is being used by the US to launch airstrikes on Syria and Iraq. The former Chief of Staff of the Air Force, Akin Öztürk, Colonel Muharrem Korze, 2nd Army Commander General Adem Huduti, and the 2nd Army Executive Officer, Malatya Garrison Commander Avni Angun, 3rd Army Commander Erdal Öztürk, and many others, including a military aide to Mr. Erdogan, Ali Yazici, were detained. The coup attempt in Turkey revealed significant gaps of planning and coordination that prevented it from success. Overnight into Saturday, the pro-coup military stationed themselves on major bridges in Istanbul and severed roads in Ankara and Izmir. Turkish F-16s were making low flyovers in Ankara. Civilians were told to go home and stay inside. The airports across the country were shut down and flights were paused. They also shut down power to some critical government infrastructure, such as Dolmabahce Palace, and took control of some media and communication channels. However, YouTube and other internet media outlets and many private channels remained online. Later, this allowed Erdogan to take the upper hand in the media, while there were almost no reports depicting the situation from the opposing side. Furthermore, the coup supporters were not able to infiltrate, isolate and neutralize Erdogan and other representatives of the opposing political and military leadership. They also failed to successfully coordinate their own operating cells and to manage the remaining pro-Erdogan forces. As a result, Erdogan, relying on loyal special services and the police, and using a human shield of supporters, was able to unite the loyal forces and crush the rebellion. President Erdogan himself laid the blame for the coup attempt on Fethullah Gülen, a US-based opposition leader who allegedly seeks power in Turkey. In this case, experts linked the coup attempt with the reaction of some pro-Western powers to Erdogan's steps on stabilizing relations with Russia and his alleged will to find a consensus over Syria. US special forces have a wide network of informants in Turkey, and it's hard to believe that Washington had no information about such preparations. The failed coup will lead to further purges in the Turkish armed forces. This will make it difficult for Ankara to use the military as an instrument of policy and national strategy, and to combat successfully its own domestic Kurdish militant movement. This will also weaken Ankara's capabilities to influence the situation in Syria and Iraq through its military power. For example, the Kurdish People's Protection Units, YPG, in Syria could use Turkish infighting to expand and connect Kurdish-controlled territorial pockets.